Do you like scary movies?
All right, welcome back to Fright Night Flicks. You are here with Dan and Darren, your hosts with the most.
Sure, we'll say it. What's up, guys?
What's up, everybody? Today we are going to be going over Jason X.
Dude, we're going to space, guys. We're going to space.
This ain't a normal Jason. We in space. We on rocket ships. We got blasters. We got
we got the BFG. Did you see that?
BFG.
Yeah, the BFG from Doom. You remember the gun, the BFG?
Oh, of course I know the gun.
Well, in this, I'm sure it's a reference to it. They ask when the grunts are going after Jason. They say, "Oh, do you have the B?" Or someone says, "Like, I have the BFG," or someone says, "Do you have the BFG?" Something like that.
Hondo, you got a BFG? You're with me.
Oh, really? I missed that.
Yeah.
Oh, look, we're already dropping some little nuggets on you guys.
Look what you learn here, guys.
All right, before we jump in, we got to do special thanks to our patrons because without you guys, well, we'd just be a little bit sadder. That's all.
And this is the thanks. Thank you.
Thank you.
And shout out to our newest patron, Don Trill. We appreciate it, and thanks for signing up, man.
So if you guys want to become a patron, you get monthly bonus podcasts, early access to episodes. That was hard to say. Ad-free episodes and Discord access. Check it out. Join up. We also throw in the after pods where we talk about random stuff.
Hey, and I'm a Patreon member too, so I'm in there chatting away as well.
Is that you chatting?
Yeah, on my keyboard.
You're like that cat. You know?
I know.
If you guys don't have the cash, but you want to help support the show still, all we ask is you guys leave us a review on Apple or Spotify. It'd be greatly appreciated. I would say leave a review on any of them as far as like the writing, but I just learned Spotify now took away the comments.
Well, from the podcast?
Yeah, you just don't have comments on there anymore, I guess.
Isn't that what we were just telling everyone to do?
Yeah, because they didn't have them, and then they got them, and then they took them away.
Oh, was it a beta thing?
I don't know. Maybe.
Spotify's doing a lot of different stuff with podcasts, so it's kind of cool.
Yeah, they are doing a weird thing. Anyways, but if you leave a review, either one, we greatly appreciate it. But if you actually write a comment on the Apple one, we'll read it, just like we're going to do here with Bats. That's
I like the name.
Bats. So his title is Episodes. I like this because he's straight to the point.
Keeping it clean.
Trick or Treat, Halloween Season of the Witch, Silver Bullet, and Lost Boys. So thank you for the comment. And you know what? The funny thing is, we already knocked one of these out.
Oh, you know what's funny? I'm like, which one? Yeah, we did Trick or Treat.
We already did Trick or Treat. So you're welcome.
And
Bats.
Lost Boys, we go to Santa Cruz all the time. So Lost Boys is like a classic movie for us. We watch like once a year.
Yeah, Lost Boys is like one of our faves.
Absolutely. I mean, it was filmed in Santa Cruz. If you guys didn't know, now you do.
The dude playing the sax. You know,
oh my God, just ripped. Just juiced out.
Dude, that guy, he's like the focal point of the movie for me.
It's just so weird, but it's great at the same time.
If you haven't seen it, dude, it's like, who's the guy that, there's some other singer that was similar.
Yeah, the guy. Do you
Whatever.
think I'm going to remember? It's like Macho Man with a saxophone. Ultimate Warrior with a saxophone?
Ultimate Warrior, maybe.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. Let's jump into the Jason X because this is a wild one. And I'm still not really sure how I feel about it. But let me start you off.
I'll tell you right now. We'll get into the reviews and whatever in a minute. I changed. The first time I watched it, I think I was just kind of getting a feel for it. And the second time, I think I figured it out. And I actually like it a little more than I initially did.
Yeah, we'll get into it. I have a lot to say. But first of all, let me just tell you what it's about. It's Jason Voorhees is cryogenically frozen at the beginning of the 21st century and is discovered at the 25th century and taken to space. He gets thawed and begins stalking and killing the crew of the spaceship that is transporting him.
Dude, these summaries or
That was one of the best ones. That nailed it.
It's kind of funny though. It's like as if I wrote it. Like I could write that one. It's just funny. They don't really put much effort into it, which is fine. It is what this movie is about.
And I don't search for these. I go to IMDb and take the one because I think they're funny. Like some of them are horrible. Some are like, okay.
We've had like a one sentence one before.
That one I thought nailed it though.
Yeah, it did.
Okay. So this is directed by James Isaac, writers Todd Farmer and Victor Miller. Stars Kane Hodder, Lexi Doge, Jeff Gittes. Yeah. Hey, and by the way, I say these names wrong. I'm rolling through it. Kane Hodder, I think this was his last Jason one.
Oh yeah, because then the next one we're gonna watch, which is 2009, he probably aged out of the role.
I don't know. I'm not gonna throw Hodder under the bus like that.
Hodder did great. I know. I like how we're like, yeah. I guess Kane's the one everyone knows for Jason. It's because he did it the most. He's in like almost all of them.
Well, he's in like 3.
Isn't it? Well, whatever. Okay.
I think he's in 3 or 4, but I think he's just a likable person.
Yeah, I watch more stuff on him. He does seem like a cool guy.
Yeah.
I like Kane.
We're
Kane, you're
now
cool.
Kane. We're fans.
Do you want to be
And
on the pod?
we don't. I work not far from you. Maybe we meet up for a coffee. I don't know.
We have room right here between us, right here.
Yeah, we could put a little seat for hotter, the hotter chair. Okay, so Rotten Tomatoes. This got a 20 from critics and a 25 from the audience.
Well, let's dive into the initial impressions.
Oh, was there a transition?
Yeah, I think a transition just happened.
All right. So first thing I want to note, I guess I'm going to start with mine. People are not smarter in the future.
No, they're pretty dumb.
I would say if you took like overall, I would say, yeah, dumber, not a bunch of brilliant people. And these are students too.
Yeah, but that's what I'm going to say. We're only getting a small subsection of the whole population. And these people, yeah, just young students and a professor and some grunts. So maybe we just don't have the best selection here.
I mean, college kids are stupid.
Yeah, we were college kids. We were stupid.
Yeah, it's true.
I'm still not sure if I'm grown out of that yet.
Yeah, you've stayed in that phase pretty long.
I'm hanging on.
So, I don't know what I can say in the initial impression. We have Jason in space. It's pretty crazy. It's all over the place. There's some good stuff, some bad stuff. I think I just have to, for me, I kind of just have to break this movie down and give you my final review. It's hard to I came in with no preconceptions. I had never seen this. I know nothing about it. I enjoyed it. Like you said, I've gone through multiple phases with this movie. There's times I was like, this is really stupid. And there's times where I'm like, you know what? He's in space though.
It is stupid. Okay, so here's what. So after watching this 2 times now, the first time I was like, dude, this thing is a dumb movie. It's ridiculous. The acting is really bad at times. There's also like gaps. I don't know what it is. It's a little slow. I think maybe slow. I got a little bored at some points in it. And you know what it felt like to me? Like a made-for-TV movie. That's kind of how I felt. Now, after the second watch and a little more in-depth watch, I actually think it's actually kind of funny. I get what they're doing. They're aware that it's stupid. And they're in on the joke. There's lots of one-liners. Like there, for example, I'm not going to spoiler. Anyways, there's one-liners where they're aware that this movie is not a great movie.
Yeah, and I think that's where I got with it too, is that it's stupid. You're taking a killer like Jason into space on spaceships in the future. It's going to be dumb. It had Starship Trooperish vibes, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's going to be dumb. There's going to be the over-the-top characters, and I didn't hate it.
Yeah, and with these kind of movies, I just look, would I want to watch it again? This one I would. I think it was fun.
Whoa, that's final rating stuff.
No, I'm not going to give a final. I'm just saying I enjoyed it enough that I would want to watch it. I would tell people to watch this. And I think there's memorable moments and fun things that happen. My only real negative, I would have loved to see Jason X a little bit. Is that what we're calling him? The Robo Jason.
That's in my final.
Yeah. Okay.
That was a big point. I'm like, I don't want to get into it, but when he changes, I felt the same way. Okay. So this movie begins. All right. And I was pissed off from the start, actually, because it begins in hell.
What?
It seemed like hell.
Oh, you're talking about in the intro transition?
Correct.
It was because if we remember, the last movie
was Jason Goes to Hell.
Yeah, and then there might have been Freddy versus Jason in between this. I don't know for sure if there was or wasn't. But yes. So do we think that this is following along? I guess it is following along with other movies.
Well, I think in transition, but what pissed me off, it's like I wanted to see Jason actually in hell in the last movie. And now we start off and he's in hell. But actually, he's not in hell because this is the Magic School Bus ride inside of Jason.
We're inside Jason?
This is inside Jason.
I missed the intro, I guess. I didn't even catch any of this.
Yeah, Magic School Bus style. Like you're following red blood cells around.
What do you think he would be doing in hell? Because he mentioned this on the last one. He really wanted to see Jason to hell. What would he do there?
I don't know. What couldn't he do there?
I don't know.
Maybe fight some demons?
Well, okay. Whatever. Who knows? Okay.
I mean, I don't know. He can't stay down there long. I just want him, like Bill and Ted went to hell.
Actually, that was great.
See?
Yeah, you're right.
It's kind of scary.
Bogus Journey. Check it out. New release.
You guys, this is going to be big.
You know what's funny? Well, one of the shorts, I have it titled when I'm editing the shorts for this, Jason Goes to Hell right now. And one of them, I put Jason's Bogus Journey to Hell. That's how I had a working title for that.
Okay, so we start off at the Crystal Lake Research Facility. So we're in the future, all right? We don't really know where, but it is way in the future. Like It's where you get buildings and stuff that are they try to make it ultra modernish. You know,
Well,
everything's like,
Is the start that far in the future? Because
Well, yeah.
we go super far in the future later.
there's a 400-year gap.
Yeah, so right now we're already in the future. We're just not in the far, far future.
Right. This is where
Okay.
like cryogenic freezing is a thing at this point.
Okay, you're right. You're right.
Okay, so we're at the Camp Crystal Lake research facility.
I like that.
So Jason's been changed up, and we have a big decision that's going to be made.
Chained up.
What'd I say?
Changed. Off to a great start.
Maybe that's something to think about.
That's
Okay,
why there's
anyway.
two of us. We correct each other. It works.
So the big decision is, okay, there's the doctor and there's Rowan. Now Rowan's going to be our main character chick. She's a scientist that's in this facility working.
Yeah.
So her and the doctor have a little like back and forth because the doctor's kind of working with the government. He thinks that Jason needs to be examined. She thinks he's dangerous. He needs to be frozen.
The same old storyline. Jason has regenerative. Well, not that every storyline has Jason, but the idea he has these regenerative properties, and the government or the military, more specifically, wants to know what's going on so they can use it for the military weapons or whatever.
well-
Who knows?
I don't want him frozen, Rowan. I want him soft. His unique ability to regenerate lost and damaged tissue. And
I don't even know, looking back, they kind of already have this technology. I don't know if they really need this.
Why do you say they have this technology?
They have the ants.
Yeah, but you're talking farther in the future.
Oh, that is
Yeah,
true.
you're getting confused
You're
on
right.
future times. We're
You're
in the
right.
near future.
We don't know if they don't have the nano ant thing.
No, we'll get there.
Okay. So Jason, of course, they have him chained up, and he ends up escaping, kills everyone, murders them all. The highlight would be a javelin throw into the doctor.
Yeah, solid throw. I did like in this part where there's a guy who's he's making fun of Jason. I don't know, puts a towel over his head, and then you don't know what happens. And all of a sudden, everyone comes back in the room and come to find out Jason's replaced where he was with the guy now.
Why don't you stare at this for a little while, you ugly bastard?
That
It's
actually
a smooth move.
It was kind of shocking because they went to look at Jason. And I was like, "Whoa, that's like a normal face."
Yeah,
And
yeah.
it's like that's because that ain't no Jason.
Jason's very wise. Well, I mean, he's got a lot of kills under his belt.
He does. So, anyways, Rowan's the only one left again. She's the female scientist, main character. So Jason
MC.
ends up. Thank you.
Yeah.
Jason ends up chasing her around. They end up going into the cryogenic chamber. Rowan tricks him, kind of like shoots him, knocks him into this chamber, shuts the door, but makes a fatal error. As Jason's being frozen cryogenically, she stands near the door and Jason gives her the little knife through it.
Cryogenic breach. Emergency lockdown.
I know they're just funny in these movies. Hey, I get what this movie is. It's corny, but it's like, come on, you shouldn't be near that creature.
No, he's an animal.
He can't be stopped, which is why we love him
Yeah, that's true.
in the movies.
Yeah. So once he sticks that knife through that chamber, though, it's a problem because we got a containment breach,
Absolutely.
which then locks down the whole area, freezing Rowan. They both turn into popsicles.
Yeah. So where they're going to be stuck in Frozen World for quite some time.
Yes, and well, we'll just go into it. It's many years later, and we know this. So it cuts to its time has traveled.
Time traveled.
traveled.
As time normally does.
And we know this is way in the future because of the cobwebs.
They've got cobwebs in the room.
Because when they come down, it's the same area. It's just now it has a ton of cobwebs.
Okay, so this is still on Earth, right? Where they
Yes,
are. Okay.
we're at Crystal Lake
They're on old Earth.
research facility.
Okay. Yeah, but so the people have come back to visit this place to just see what's left of Earth.
They're, I guess, going
Yeah.
to research facilities.
Spoiler alert, Earth is now no more. No one lives on Earth. Everyone's moved to Earth too.
It's down here. Yeah, Earth's surface is it's
Inhabitable?
yeah, I
Inhabitable?
can't say
You
the
don't want
word.
to say anything?
I wrote it wrong because I put uninhabitable.
Oh my God.
Uninhabitable. Uninhabited.
Inhabitable. Inhabitable.
You can't live on Earth, okay? There's like thunder, desert, dust storms.
Yeah.
It looks like the surface of Mars, I would imagine. I don't know what the surface of Mars looks like, though.
I've seen pictures of it, but God, who knows if that's real?
That's a good point. That's a good point. Okay. Anyway, so now we have a group of I would call them space entrepreneurs they're going around finding things on different planets. Explorers, maybe is a better word.
I would say researchers, especially having to do with it. It's a ship full of, you have the students, you have a doctor. Well,
we'll get to it. Well, you're jumping ahead. Okay, so these people come from a spaceship. They go into the chamber, they open it up, they find Rowan perfectly preserved, and they note it right there. She's able to be saved.
She's perfectly preserved. Cell crystallization is at 25%.
25%?
Well, yeah, because we're going to find out. I guess they can do this now, or they can bring people back to life.
Yeah.
And this is in the future, 400 years later.
Well, if your cellular crystals are 25%, I believe.
Dude, this movie, there's a lot of science talk, and there's a lot of like stuff going on screens, which I love. It's all just gibberish, but it's great. I mean, there's a lot of science talk.
Yeah. So anyways, they find Rowan, but they also find Jason, and he's frozen solid, and he's got the stance, which I do like. It's like his arms frozen in the attack position.
Yeah, menacing.
Yeah. Well, one of the dumb students bumps into him, knocks him over, and Jason cuts his arm off without even moving.
That was shocking. That was great.
I liked it. He just fell forward and cut the guy's arm off.
That's how dangerous this guy is. Even dead, he can still hurt you.
Not dead. Hibernating.
Yeah, Jason's never really dead. Well, we all know he can't be killed unless there's a Voorhees kills him.
A Voorhees has to kill him in the place, where was it? The place that he died? I don't know. We had Jason rules. Yeah, they change over time.
Yep.
Anyways, yeah, his arm gets cut off. Don't worry about him. That arm will grow back.
Which is going to play a pivotal role in this movie, that technology.
That is true. We'll talk. Trust me, guys. I know you want to know about the technology. We will get there. Relax. So they get up onto their ship. All right. So they get off the Earth planet Earth. They get onto their ship, and we kind of see what we got going on. It's like Star Wars style here. Like they're on a little traveler ship that is docked to a massive ship.
Yeah, it's like Star Wars. You know what I was thinking too? I like to think of what the writers were thinking, because they wanted to just send Jason up in space somehow. It makes me laugh thinking this is the way they were able to get him into space. Let's freeze him, go 400 years in the future, then we'll pick him up frozen, bring him on a spaceship, and then reanimate him. That's the plan.
I don't know if that's a horrible plan. Like, that's a hard one to do.
Like, how would he even get on a spaceship?
Right.
Yeah. It's ridiculous. Tough. Hey, maybe let's not put him on a spaceship. I don't want to say that though, because I did kind of like this movie. So I'm down with silly.
Okay. All right. So back to the ship. They give us a little like backstory. It's now the year is 2455.
Yep.
So that's the year now. 400 years prior is when they all got frozen.
Correct.
All right. So we learn that there's some real motives that are going on with these scientists. So, okay, basically there's the professor crew, there's a professor and his students, and then there's the security force on the ship. There's two groups.
Right.
And I'm going to break down who they are, but the main character of the students, or the teacher, is the one leading them, I should say. And he kind of runs the show on the ship, and his real motive is actually to sell the frozen people he finds after he reanimates them. He's going to sell them for profit.
We've got a gold mine. 2 400-year-old frozen specimens. I need money.
Like slavery stuff?
No, I think it's like...
It's like a museum. It's almost like they want to see these people, and it's like the longer you've been frozen, the more money you get for them. That's the kind of vibe I got.
Yeah, but the problem is Rowan is the oldest person they've ever found, but they've already reanimated so many people, she ain't worth any money.
Right.
But now Jason, having killed over 200 people, worth a fortune.
It did make me laugh that there was one guy, of course, who had to give exposition like, oh, is that Jason Voorhees? I say Voorhees now all the time because of you.
Bad.
It's like Jason Voorhees. Oh yeah, that guy killed a bunch of people. He's worth a ton of money. It's like, it's been 400 years.
Jason Voorhees, he killed nearly 200 people and simply disappeared without a trace.
But I don't know. Maybe his legend would exist if he killed that many people.
I don't know. It seems like people in Crystal Lake don't even know about him half the time.
Yeah, you're right. That's a good point. It's like a year later, people have already forgotten.
Yeah, these idiots keep coming to the same exact place where like hundreds of people have been murdered.
Like, was that real? Did that really happen? It's like, well, yeah, no, people really got killed by a guy with a mask. That definitely happened.
Yeah. Okay, so
wait, one other thing though, I did like too how they said in 2024 hockey got banned. Did you catch that part?
Oh no, I didn't.
Yeah, hockey was too rough, so they banned it. That was last year, guys. We survived.
Wow. Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, so let me run over the cast. There's Professor Lowe, greedy professor, leading the students. There's KM12, that's Robot Girl.
Cell reconstruction is complete.
So it looks like a girl. It is a girl because it's an actress, but it's a robot.
Correct.
Then there's, okay, I have the name here. I can't even say it.
Dude, I wrote it down too, and I'm like, I don't know if I even heard it right.
Yeah, there's a nerdy guy. I guess we'll call him the nerdy guy, but that who's the one who made the robot.
Once we're in the clear, I'd like to check your circuits.
Oh, I'll bet you would.
The creator.
And is also like in love with the robot.
Absolutely.
There's an inspection that he wants to do in this movie that I thought was outlandish.
Oh, I didn't even. Okay, well,
I can't even say it. It's like
it's a little too much.
Risque.
I mean, it really brings into question: is it okay that he wants to be with a robot? You know, have we progressed in the future to where that's an acceptable thing to do?
Leave a comment. Let us know. So, I had to cough. Okay, so we have on the security force. There's really only one you need to know. And that's Sergeant Brodsky. I'm just going to call him the Sergeant. He's the tough, no-nonsense security leader.
Sergeant, where the hell is he?
Don't know, Sarge.
Damn.
Yeah, good guy.
Also jacked. Just going to say.
Yeah, well, he's part of the grunt force. And then, yeah, you have a team of grunts around him, which, again, you don't need to know their names.
There's like some cool names, though. It's like Condor, and I think I wrote a couple in here.
Yeah. And the cast is young. So you have these students, you have the grunts, and they're a fun young cast. And I would say the students don't really seem like students, just seem like hot chicks. And I don't even know what guys are in this. Guess I didn't pay attention.
I'll tell you, a bunch of dead guys is what it's going to be. So anyways, they start the reanimation process, all right? So the first thing they're going to do is wake Rowan up. So they have this tech. Let's talk tech, guys. This is tech talk.
Tech talk.
They put him on this tray, table, whatever. It looks like whatever. It's a table. Who cares? And
no, let's go into more whether it's a tray or a table.
It's rectangular in shape.
Metal surface, somewhat like metallic in nature.
So anyways, they put Rowan on this table, and they have this technology where it looks like the Matrix kind of, you know how that metallic stuff comes and takes over the body?
Oh, yeah.
It's like that, but they're nano ants, I think is what it is.
Yeah, just little creatures that kind of crawl up them or whatever.
Yeah, they crawl in and they regenerate you.
Sure.
Or I guess bring you back to life too.
Future stuff, guys.
You guys get it,
You probably
right?
don't, well, you understand conceptually, but you know, you're just not there yet.
Yeah.
None of us are.
So anyways, Rowan wakes up. She's good to go.
By the way,
healthy and everything.
Did you get him? Where is he? Tell me about him.
Part of me kind of feels bad for her because I'm like, this is a sucky spot to get woke up on a spaceship with a group, these random people who don't really seem to care that much about you. I guess really just the professor did it all, right? Just kind of an awkward situation to be put in.
I don't know. She did fine.
Yeah, she did. She adapted very well because at one time she's running the place, which it's like, come on.
Yeah, that's a good point. She doesn't even know about. Well, I don't know what she had in her time. Who knows? So the professor. Oh, there was I just wrote. There was a scene where the professor wears a dress and gets his nipples twisted to give a student a passing grade.
Yeah, I guess we're gonna see there. They're showing us, I should say, that maybe the professor's a little flawed. You know, not saying that there's anything wrong with that behavior, but it's a little weird.
It was a little weird. It was a little weird. So anyways, that's his journey. Let's go on to Jason's journey. So they have him, of course, he's in a room with one scientist. He didn't get the nano ants or anything. He just woke up from the thaw.
Well, no, if you watch closely, I think there's two people that were hooking up at the same time as Jason was laying there. And it seemed like the further they got in that interaction, the stronger Jason got. So I think he was fueled by the anger because he was hearing it.
Is that real?
That's what it made it seem like.
He does. That is a thing. And they do play into that trope.
Yeah, like Jason hears people hooking up. I don't think they were married. You know, Jason's big into the marriage and the family bond.
Big on marriage. Don't even get him started on abortion.
Stupid.
Okay, anyways. So Jason ends up waking from a slumber, grabs the scientist student, pushes her head into a cryogenic liquid, freezing it, then slams her head onto the counter, exploding it. And let me just ask you a question. Is this the greatest kill Jason's ever done?
It's definitely the coolest kill in this movie, and it's a top tier kill. It was awesome.
Cryogenic head slam. Can you do better than that?
I don't like to set the bar that high for it, but it's really good. It was a solid kill.
That was a solid kill. We already talked about it. Earth 1's dead, or there's now Earth 2. It's just a thing. You don't ever. Maybe we see Earth 2 at the end. Whatever.
Who cares?
So
we do see Earth 2. Definitely see it at the end. We'll get there.
Yeah. So they realize Jason's on the loose. Ship goes into lockdown mode. Now we jump to a couple. They're about to hook up. So they're in their own little bay.
And let's just say this. So yeah, they found out, like, I think Rowan told the crew, hey, I'm that guy that was with me. He's a killer. He's going to come back to life. He always does. We need to like lock this down now and take it seriously.
Well,
and
they found the dead bodies.
Oh, well, I missed that part.
Yeah, we could go with that story too, but like they already knew he was the killer, and then they found the dead people.
Yes, it all works together.
Okay, so a couple's in their little dormitory on the ship, about to hook up or just finished hook up, doesn't really matter. The dude gets up, goes to the door just as it opens to have Jason there, stabs him in the stomach, sprays the girl with blood.
Oh.
Baby, I'm not ready yet.
Hurry up.
Brutal kill.
I like that one as well.
Yeah, it was solid.
The blood shower.
There's some good ones coming up, but that's like a standard kill, but it's effective.
Yeah, agreed. Now the security force is full on the hunt. So the sergeant is like grouped up the forces. They are now in hunt mode. They're going to take Jason out.
Yeah, and by the way, this is the rest of the movie. You're on a spaceship. Jason's on the ship with you. They're just trying to survive, kill Jason, and escape.
Hopefully.
That's it. Yeah.
We hope they do.
Which is effective, putting him in space because you're just stuck. You can't go anywhere.
Well, no, you can't.
No.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Yeah.
So Jason ends up battling two guys in VR. That was weird.
Okay, we got to talk about the VR.
Okay. I put it here. How he got into VR, I will never understand.
This made no sense at all.
Okay, so for guys, I looked at the scene. We're big into games, if you don't know.
I have VR at the house. I know this is 400 years later, but it seems like the concept's still, it's similar.
So what I saw is there's two dudes who are sitting on the ground and they have a little device in front of them. And that seems to put them into VR.
Well, didn't they have a headset too?
Maybe they did. I'm not sure.
I'm pretty sure they did as well.
Okay, so that's how those guys get into VR.
Yes, and let's keep in mind, VR is not in the room with you unless you're on the device, right?
Correct.
Okay.
But somehow they're in VR fighting monsters or whatever. Jason is in the VR interacting with them.
Okay, screw this, game over.
Jason joins the fight.
Yes.
And kills the monsters.
And them.
Yes, it makes no sense. Yeah, he kills them in VR. They're alive in real life, but their VR versions are dead. I don't understand how that made sense.
Yeah, then they come out of VR and then he's like standing there with them. I don't get it.
So how Jason got in VR is a mystery.
Not the first time Jason will go into VR either.
No.
Don't
Next
worry.
one's better though.
Next one is way better. So anyways, they come out of VR. He ends up breaking one guy's back, which I kind of like because he broke it, then just like flicked him off and give a little spin.
No, it was cool. It was just, again, the power of Jason, just like a back slam, almost like a wrestler move.
Yeah, I respected it.
Good job, Jason. Great kill.
Great kill. Next one, he just did a classic metal head smash wall.
Metal head smash. Yeah, sometimes he'll just do the head smash. You know, honestly, every kill can't be great. Sometimes you just got to get through them, right?
Yeah, dude, this guy's got a cycle. Like, you can't be doing original stuff. You just smash heads. You know what I mean?
Well, no, you save the good ones for the good characters.
True.
Yeah.
True. So he ends up getting blasted by the security force. Like, they all surround him. They shoot him a bunch of guns, but Jason's Jason. He's gone. He's a ghost.
Well, and he is doing during, I think, this section, he's doing a lot of like hiding. Then a guy's in the, he's in the shadows. Boom, he pops out, kills someone, that kind of thing. But he's going through the grunts at this point.
Yeah, and he's gonna get through them. So they're kind of in like an industrial site of the ship or whatever. And this is like where he's fighting the security forces. So
can I say something? I want to just to give context to the feel of the movie. During all this stuff, I get the vibe that no one really cares if people die. It's not a big deal. Like if someone dies, it's like, oh shoot, John's dead. All right, well, man, that's crazy. All right, well, let's go find Jason now.
Yeah, I mean, that's true.
Yeah, it's just like, which I like. It's light, I guess what I'm going for is kind of lighthearted, which I like because it was kind of a silly movie.
Not a lot of stakes. It's like they die, we move on.
Yeah.
Just like you make a comment, we move on.
Yeah, no.
So
they're not all great.
So Jason ends up breaking one space guy's neck. I'm blasting through some of
Dude,
these
who cares? I don't even know who that was.
He gets into a karate fight with Condor. That's one of the guys named Condor. This is an American Gladiator name,
Oh, dude, great show. Yes.
Condor. So anyways, he gets into this karate fight with Condor, ends up knocking him off the ledge onto a giant corkscrew. Which was the catalyst for one of my favorite lines in the movie.
What was the line?
So Sarge is on comms. He's like, what's the status on Condor? And then one of the other soldiers says, let me redo that because he didn't say what's the status. He goes, this is Sarge again.
Yeah.
What's his condition? And then the girl gets on and she said, he's screwed.
Sarge, we found Condor.
What's his condition?
He's screwed.
Because he was on a giant screw.
And by the way, while he's on the screw, he's going in circles. It's still screwy.
But the screw, I don't think is moving.
He was moving,
but I don't think the screw was.
Oh, it just momentum spinning him.
I don't know. Check the footage. Girl warrior backs into him, gets her throat slit. That happened.
Boom. Another one.
I changed their name from like security to warrior at some point.
I think they're all warriors in their own right.
So one security force person shoots him onto a hook, and then it kind of raises him off the ground. They all think that like they've caught him. Of course, Jason just jumps off the hook and cuts him in half.
Well, that was the one where they're like, hey, don't, because the guy was talking to Sarge, and he's like, hey, don't turn your back. And the guy's like, okay. Well, his back was turned to him the whole time, and Jason, of course, too strong.
Yeah, like I cut him in half, like literally cut him in half, and his little body crawled away.
Yeah, that's the thing too. I'm like, these people are getting destroyed, but I'm also like, well, they can reanimate all these people, so maybe that's why it's not a big deal.
Yeah, I don't think they can reanimate these.
Yeah, maybe not.
I don't think this works.
Who knows? But you're right, maybe not. And by the way, so we're going through the grunts. Meanwhile, the main cast of characters, the students and the doctor, the professor, they're in their own room just listening to what's going on.
Sure, yeah.
Just letting them know where we're at.
So the sergeant ends up getting grabbed through a pipe. I think at this point, he's the last one left. He gets grabbed through a pipe and then he gets a metal spike in his back.
And you think, dude, they killed a Sarge.
Well, actually, the good thing too, he was like, that's not going to kill me or something like that. And then Jason took another, like the machete or something, shoved it through him, and he's like, that'll do it.
It's going to take more than a poke in the ribs to put down this old dog. Oh, that ought to do it.
Well, that's what my whole point is. Like, I thought that was hilarious. Again, it shows you the tone of the movie. The Sarge is he's got a knife through him, and you think he's dead, and he's like, that's how you kill me. And like Dad said, then when he gets finished, that'll do it.
He just repeated the entire thing.
I don't like the way you did it. I feel like
I don't think you did any better
because I knew.
I feel like we both got a 50% storytelling score.
Hey
on
guys,
that.
I'm cutting that. You're just gonna watch it. But that was great. Again, it sets the tone. It's like it's just silly.
Yeah. So now the professor and his students. That's all that's left. The professor, students, and Rowan. She's part of the group. Well, and there's a guy who flies the plane and an engineer, but whatever.
Did you notice one of the students, by the way, I forget her name. She's just a terrible actress.
No, I did not. I wasn't really, I'm going to be honest, I wasn't really judging acting credentials here.
Well, because I was confused on what she was doing. I guess maybe she was just kind of being silly, which is kind of works, but her acting threw me off. I'll show you.
Oh, no.
So they end up making it to Solarius. Do you know about Solarius?
Yeah, so this is the ship they're trying to offload onto now because obviously they got a Jason problem on theirs.
Yeah, so the Solarius is a big ship. They're the Grindel.
Yeah.
Okay, so Jason, though, as they're approaching Solarius, Jason kills the pilot and like dismantles this guy into pieces.
Yeah.
Like tears him apart. Which causes the Grindel to smash into the Solarius, and it explodes this entire space station.
Dude.
It's all right. We just overshot it. We'll turn around and go back.
Hang on.
First of all, I'm like, okay, 400 years in the future, everyone's in space. There's no safety protocols that would stop something like this from happening.
I mean, I feel like there's a lot of stuff floating in space.
Yeah, I feel like you'd have to have come on, like we have a force field or something.
This place kind of looked like a city too, not like a ship.
There's like high rises and stuff.
Yeah, I don't know how that works.
It actually made me laugh because they hit it and there's like some explosions and you're like, oh, okay, they kind of just messed up a building or something.
Yeah.
And someone's like, let's turn around. It just explodes. And I'm like, oh my God, they just killed like thousands of people.
It's true. It's true. So now the movie turns where Jason's hunting the students. All right. We got rid of the security force. Time to kill us some students.
Yeah. And then there's nowhere for them to go. Again, the one spot they're going to offload is gone. So now they're just stuck in space,
floating aimlessly.
Yeah.
So he starts off with the professor, which is kind of a funny scene because the professor actually tries to bribe him. And then he thinks he got through to Jason because Jason grabs his machete. And he turns his back on Jason and says, guys, it's okay. He just wanted his machete back.
Professor's a moron.
Yeah. Well, obviously Jason just murdered him. So
I think he gave him his machete. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he did. He did.
It's okay. He just wanted his machete back.
So the students decide they got to have a plan. They come up with this. Well, it's a pretty basic plan. They want to there's a shuttle. They just have to get to it and leave.
Yeah, time to get abandoned ship. They know you can't fight Jason. He just went through everyone. We just got to go.
Yes, and we still have a couple like members of the crews that are around, such as the engineer. He goes up to the cockpit, makes a plan to launch the shuttle. What did I say? He makes it to the cockpit, and the plan is to launch the shuttle. So he's like working he has to go to like some other area to launch the shuttle.
There's a lot of this where someone has to go somewhere to do something so you can do something somewhere else, that type of thing.
Yeah.
By the way, I did like the engineer. Thought he was a good character. Kind of gave me I wanted him to be a little more Danny McBride-ish, but he reminded me in that vein.
Oh, I get you. I wanted more of him too.
Yeah, it was fun.
Agree.
Lucky you weren't alive during the Microsoft conflict. Hell, we were beating each other with our own severed limbs.
It's nice.
So we learned that the sergeant is actually alive. He's not dead. He's still alive down there. Rowan decides she's got to get help, come back and save him. So she found him dead. She wants to go, not dead.
Undead.
Undead. And she's going to get people to help him.
We're gonna get you out of here. Oh, God.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened.
So Jason ends up grabbing the engineer, slams him into an electric panel. Engineer's dead now.
Yeah, so the guy we were saying we liked, he's gone.
Yeah, he was short-lived. But
yeah, he wasn't in that much, but he was a fun character.
Dude, that stupid saying we can't get right just keeps coming into my head about this brightest star.
We were talking about on the way over
here. You guys,
here.
I know you know it. There's a saying, the brightest star or something, and it burns out fastest, but there's a good way to say that.
Yeah, we're not.
We're
not eloquent.
That's him.
Yeah. It's true. So honestly, he was a great character. I also think the sergeant was a fun character. I liked him as well.
Oh, for sure.
I mean, again, this movie's all over the place. As you can see, it's pretty much just like, hey, throw a bunch of people on a ship and let Jason kill them all.
Yeah.
But it was a fun ride on the ship.
Flight.
It was a fun flight.
So Kinza decides to ditch the entire group in the shuttle by herself.
Kinza, honey, it's Rowan. I need you to open the door.
Oh my God.
So Kinza, I mean, this girl has to be, I don't know, the stupidest victim ever in an F-13 movie.
This was idiotic.
So there's the shuttle, right? There's an airlock.
They're all going to the shuttle. Jason's destroying people. They're panicked.
Yeah, they're trying to get in. She won't let them in. She freaks out and decides, you know what? I'm going to just save myself. Apparently she doesn't know how to fly or any of the protocols to launch the shuttle, because the fuel lines are attached to this chick leaves, and it just runs back into the ship and explodes.
I was just like, what the F was the point of this? Why did she not let him in? I get she's afraid of Jason. Okay. But like you said, she had no idea what she was doing.
No.
She just blew up and she's gone.
It was such a failure that it was great.
And really, you think about it, in her mind, she kind of just killed everyone. She didn't know. She was trying to leave, and then she blew up their only way of getting off the ship.
Where's she going to go anyways?
I mean, I don't know what's out there. Who knows?
She's a student. She doesn't even know how to fly.
Well, yeah, apparently you're right. That was hilarious. That was so dumb.
So Jason ends up cornering Rowan and a couple other students when the nerdy student arrives with his robot.
Oh.
So we get us a Jason versus a robot. So KM-14, if you forgot the name.
Yeah, he's got her decked out into like some, I want to say one of those movies where the female, what is the movie where she's all, I can't remember. It doesn't matter.
All right.
One of those movies where the female's got a bunch of guns and in leather. That movie.
Like Tomb Raider. She kind of looked Tomb Raider-ish, actually.
It
had like some bandoliers or something.
There's a movie, I just can't think of what it is. I've watched, it's been probably 15 years.
RoboCop.
No, that's
Terminator.
No.
Okay.
Nice try.
Anyways, so the robot KM-14, she's up armored, got a bunch of guns. She's ready to do battle with Jason. She's been programmed to do battle with Jason.
Hey, Slappy. Got a little something for you.
Afraid I'm gonna have to hurt you now.
Jason, right as soon as they confront each other, Jason throws the machete straight through her chest.
Cam!
And you're like, oh, dude, that was short-lived.
Well, actually, that was funny. I was like, wow, that was great.
Yeah, I know. I'm like, because you're expecting her to do a bunch of cool stuff. It's like it's over already. Wow. But see, that's where the movie gets you.
Yeah, because she's playing hurt. She turns around, blasts Jason, does like a quadruple backflip, somersault, whatever, does some karate, gives him a little gunshot. She even did like the side gunshot.
Yeah, it was a really fun scene. She's just blowing Jason away, just beating the heck out of him.
I liked the part where Sergeant just comes out of nowhere and stabs Jason and just gets knocked down.
And she even tells him, she's like, hey, I had it covered, but thank you.
Yeah, and I was like, why did he come into this?
Well, it's Sergeant. He can't help himself, man. He's a grunt. He's a warrior.
Yeah, so anyways, KM-14 ends up blowing off Jason's leg, and then she like shoots a rocket that just takes off part of his head.
Oh, dude, that was kind of gnarly. I liked it. Yeah, so Jason's destroyed laying on this metal sheet.
Yes.
Which you may remember we talked about earlier.
Yes, it's the table where you get reanimated.
Just so happens it's where his body is. Not saying he's coming back.
Yes, yes. So the sergeant ends up getting healed up now. So I think he got fully healed, right? I think they did the robot thing.
I think they did.
So, but now the whole of the Grendel is bleeding out. They only have 30 minutes to survive, but a ship's on the way. But that ship is just a little bit outside the time frame, so like it doesn't work.
Yeah, why? Why is the time? I guess we don't really know why. We just
it's bleeding out. I wrote it.
What is bleeding out?
Losing fuel or something. I don't know. There's been multiple. I mean, that chick just rammed the ship and exploded.
Yeah, the ship's been through a lot. Yeah, you're right. So they get on a call with that other ship that's going to come. Someone answered a distress call, and they were telling him we only have 30 minutes left. And the guy's like, well, I'm like 45 minutes away. And the other guy's like, well, forget it then. So you can just leave.
Yeah, that dude's just like, well, you tried. I mean, we're dead.
If you can't get here in 30 minutes, then there's no point.
Tiamat, this is Grendel. You just ignore that last idiot, all right? You get your ass out here, okay?
Yeah, I thought that was funny.
Yeah, but the girl has the right mind and tells him to actually still try to come because they come up with a plan.
They do. I feel like you wanted me to talk about the plan. I'm not talking about the plan.
Oh, okay. So this was funny because Rowan, the girl, came up with a plan. This girl who just got reanimated that day. I don't think 24 hours has passed, but she's looking at the map and she's like, oh, we can survive if we just disconnect this over here.
Hey guys, why can't we just go over here?
This could work.
Is that why they put all the bombs on the ship?
Yes, there was some walkway connected to God knows what. Apparently a different area where they're going to explode the walkway to disconnect them in a different part of the ship.
I didn't understand that. I was all of a sudden they're just setting bombs everywhere on the ship. And I'm like, I don't understand how this is going to help you.
I didn't understand the plan. I think it's even crazier that someone who just got reanimated is telling them how to disconnect the ship. It makes no sense. I don't know, but I'm down for it.
All right, so that's the plan. But before that plan takes place, another event occurs. You see an electrical charge shoots through the ship, and Jason happens to be laying on that healing table, and the little nano ants come into Jason, and he is transformed.
Wait, an electric charge?
Yeah, there was an electric zzz.
Hey, like you said, electricity and Jason every time.
He loves it.
Yeah. So yeah,
Loves it.
so Jason comes back, and you might think, okay, well that's interesting, but no. This is a shredder like Jason. A la Ninja Turtle.
It is shredder like.
Yeah.
Jason X looks crazy.
Well, because they said that they ran out of material, so they had to use metal or something. This is text or something popped up when they were animating Jason. The computer's like, we're out of whatever. We got to use metal. Which, hey, I'm all for it because he looked awesome.
Yeah, so he's got like a metal mask, a red eye. His right arm's metal and like his left leg is metal. So he's like half metal.
You know what's scarier than Jason? A metal Jason.
Yeah. Don't get too excited. You're not going to see him do great work.
Well, he becomes more of a can opener where he's just opening doors with his hands.
That is true. That is true. So his first victim, well, he finds the students. So, okay, now we have Jason X. We'll just call him Jason X. He arrives, he finds the students, and he immediately punches off that robot's head.
You guys might want to run.
Yeah, so the robot's gone. Well, her head's there though,
and she can still talk. It's just the head. You know, it's a robot.
Yeah.
You know
So,
what I mean?
so I guess really what we're seeing though is this Jason's even more powerful.
Yeah. So the students end up escaping through an airlock. Well, except for one dude who just so happened to be the dude. Okay, so let me set this a little better. They put all these bombs on this area of the ship. It's like a tunnel. It looks like everyone goes through an airlock except one dude because Jason knocked down. Happens to be the dude who has the detonator. So as soon as they shut the airlock, that dude blows him and Jason up.
Hey, asshole.
Yeah, but wasn't that other ship there to save him at this point?
No, now it arrives.
Oh, okay. So that accomplished their plan of blowing off whatever this is, and now they're separated from the main part of the ship. I don't know.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. The rescue ship arrived in that time frame. I don't know.
Yeah, so it blew him away, but Jason didn't get blown away. He somehow attached to the door.
I don't know. Okay. I don't know what happened. So the rescue ship's there. They're all kind of waiting in this area. Jason ends up punching a hole through the ship. I can't tell if he's on the outside or inside. I don't know where he is.
He had to be on the outside because when he punched the hole, it created that suction effect.
Correct. It created a strong vacuum into space. And this
brings us to probably one of the craziest kills I've seen.
I loved this. This had a lot. Good. There's a lot of setup to this.
I told you this movie is not. It's not like a good movie by traditional standards, but it was like my type of movie.
Well, let me introduce you guys to Janessa. Okay, so Janessa,
she's the one who I say not a great actress, but I enjoy her for what she is in the movie.
Okay, so Janessa. She's getting sucked out into space, right? There's that vacuum, but she's still on the ship. Her last ditch effort, she reaches out and grabs a metal grate.
Yeah, and the other kids are like around her. They must be in a safe spot because they're not getting sucked out. I can't remember how that worked. But
yeah,
okay.
They're not having as much of the vacuum. They're a little further out. Maybe they're a little safer. Doesn't really matter. She's got that metal grate. Well, that thing comes loose, flies to the ship where the vacuums recreated the hole. So it covers the hole where the vacuum is. You see where we're going here?
A grate. And there's air being pulled through the grate at very high speeds.
Yeah. So poor Janessa is trying to hang on while she loses her grip, flies at that grate, and just squish. I don't even know what to say. It was pulp.
It looked like spaghetti.
Oh, this sucks on so many levels.
Ish. Dude, that was like shocking. I'm like, oh my God. Like, just, there's no body. It's just like a loose, just a little like, as if you just took a bunch of meat and just threw it at the grate, you know?
I just loved the setup on that. Like, there was multiple layers to it, and I enjoyed it.
And even her, again, before she went died, I think she said something like, oh, this sucks or something, and then boom, gone.
Yep, true. So Sergeant Roan and the nerd arrive at the airlock where the rescue ship is. So we've arrived where they can be rescued. The problem is the airlock door that connects the rescue ship and them, it's busted, and Sarge has to actually go out into space to fix this.
Again, this whole movie is a bunch of like, hey, we can get out this way, but we got to do things in other places to get there.
Correct. So Jason makes his way to the airlock to confront them, but on his way, they notice he's coming, so they decide they're going to put Jason into an AI simulation.
Oh man, this again, just like, I don't I guess.
Do you know what? Just don't even go over that. Who cares how he got there? Because I actually really like the simulation.
The simulation was awesome.
So it happened. He got put into a simulation. What they did is they spawned a couple of topless chicks who love smoking weed and premarital sex.
Well, what they did is they spawned Crystal Lake and what it was like back at a certain time.
Hey, you want a beer?
Or do you want to smoke some pot?
Or we can have premarital sex.
Yeah. It was a great setup. So Jason sees these girls, and Jason can't pass up a good kill, especially against two ripe pieces of fruit, 2 ripe melons.
Wouldn't it be 4 ripe melons?
Well, I mean, yeah, technically, yes.
I don't like the way you said melons either.
Why?
There's like a lot of like melons.
It's stupid.
Anyways, so the girls get into sleeping bags. All right.
Well, they're egging him on because apparently these girls want him to kill him. I don't. Whatever. It's a fun simulation.
Yeah. So they get into these sleeping bags. He picks up one sleeping bag and smashes he's holding someone in a sleeping bag, beating the other one in the sleeping bag.
I just love it because this is Jason. It's like he can't help himself. He's like, dude, I'm just gonna take one and just go back to honestly one of his best kills, the sleeping bag one, and he's just going at it, beating one with the other.
Yeah, it's like, how can you make the sleeping bag kill better by killing somebody else in a sleeping bag?
If they were real, it would go on my top tier of kills for him. But unfortunately, because it was VR, it just didn't have the same impact.
Correct.
So the funny thing too is he does. So again, he's in VR world, but then the nerdy guy's like, well, I think he can see me. And then Jason, it's like he can see through the VR and he's still on his path to kill everyone.
Whoops. I think he saw me.
Well, it looked like in the VR, they were in the house in the VR. And it's like, why'd you put yourself in the house? Of course he's going to check the house.
Oh, you could see them in the VR?
Well, I don't know. I just saw a house and it looked like they were in the house. I don't know.
But the VR rules are sketchy at best.
Yeah, let's get back to reality-ish.
I don't know what we're in.
Movie reality. So Sergeant gets the door open, but there's some type of an explosion. Rowan and the nerd escape onto the rescue ship. Sergeant goes into the ship, shuts the airlock so Jason can't get them, and then they run at each other as the ship explodes.
Where?
No, wait!
Which is cool. You're like, Sergeant, save the group. Very selfless act by him. Jason's gone. It's all over.
Yes. So as they're flying away.
So this part yet again is insane.
So they're flying away. So we got Rowan the nerd. I think he's alive. Rowan the nerd and the rescue ship. They're flying away.
You forgot a very important person too.
Who?
The robot head is also with him. The robot's going to survive this too.
Yes. So they're flying away in their ship as the main ship explodes. Now that explosion causes a couple things to happen. One, Jason gets rocketed off through space, flying directly at their ship.
So they're watching and a flying Jason in space, which has to be terrifying. It's coming straight for him.
He's coming this way.
You've got to be kidding me.
Yeah, he's going straight for it. But even crazier, you think that's nuts. Sergeant also got exploded, but he's coming from a different direction and actually circumvents Jason, hits him, knocks him out of the path, saves the day.
And yeah, Jason is finally gone, and Sergeant, second save of the day.
Yeah,
actually, couple.
And actually, this is the end of the movie. They actually end up going into Earth 2's atmosphere, and Jason lands in Crystal Lake, I guess.
That's why. So when earlier when you said we never got to Earth 2, we did, because there's two lovers at a lake, and they see a shooting star, and they make a wish, and then the movie ends with them saying, "Well, let's go check it out."
Shooting star. It landed in the lake.
Let's go check it out.
That ain't no shooting star. That's Jason.
Well, they show him land in the lake.
Yeah, no, but I'm just saying that's the idea. Is like now he's going to be hunting on Earth 2.
Okay, well, but he lands in the lake and his mask falls to the bottom.
Yes,
that's the end of the movie.
Boom.
I'm just trying to get to the end here.
Thank you. I feel like I'm fighting you trying to stay.
I know.
I'm trying to
just say that part at the end. All right, let's go to our final thoughts on the movie.
So my thought, I kind of told you guys all already. It was a fun movie. It was stupid. It's not a great movie, but it was entertaining. I'd watch it again. I'd give it like a 7.2. Yeah, maybe like no, you know what? That's too high. That's way too high. It's like a 6.7.
Okay.
6.7.
All right. Yeah, I thought it was crazy, corny characters, but I do like how they embraced them. I loved like their names, Condor, and they're doing karate and stuff. They had their one-liners. I thought that was funny. Yeah, there were some interesting characters that I was actually like, okay, I kind of like these people. I'm more kind of someone interested. It's absurd. He's on a ship in space. Like, it's totally stupid, but I did like it. What?
Yeah, Kim, we also said we kind of missed, we talked briefly about it, but this Jason was a beast. Like, it was a great Jason.
A solid Jason.
Yeah, like very strong, very powerful, all about business.
And this, I would say, is like back to, because the next, well, we've already watched the next movie. We're going to do that review later. But,
Yeah.
but that Jason's kind of like a man Jason. This is like the supernatural, like super strong, like crazy, just murder Jason.
It's like a Jason where his brain is, there is no brain. It's purely just like, I'm going to kill, and that's all I want to do.
Right. And I do like that Jason.
There's not even thought. It's just like kill what's around, use to kill.
Yeah, I think Jason should only shut off power, maybe.
Wait, we missed there was a great line too, where they said Jason has a small brain, but he's probably hung like a horse.
How does he function with a brain that small?
I bet he's hung like a mammoth.
Just like, what the heck?
I missed that one.
Great line though.
The only other thing, well, first of all, a couple of the kills, the two stand out. The double sleeping bag kill I thought was great. And just funny, that whole scene. But the cryogenic head smash was pretty awesome too.
Agreed.
So anyway, just want to highlight those. I would have loved to see Jason X really tear some people up. Like, I don't even know how you're like some superpower blowing through people's bodies, you know?
Oh, dude, yeah, like we said in the beginning, I would have loved to see more Jason X because that was great. Again, once he turned Jason X, he mostly just tore doors down. That was pretty much all he was doing. Just going from one barrier to the next.
Agreed.
So you got to score it.
I'm going to give this one, Jason X gets a 5.8.
All right, that's solid. It's just a fun, stupid watch.
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. It's Jason's in space. I don't know how else you make these kind of movies. It's crazy.
What do you want from us? That's what it is.
All right, let's get into some fun facts. So, while this film was a critical and financial failure, that caught me off guard. I actually didn't read this one yet. In its initial release in theaters, it still made more than triple the cost of production in DVD and post-theater sales. Statistically, it's one of the most successful Friday the 13th films. Despite initial negative critical feedback, over time has become more popular among younger fans of the franchise, mainly for its self-deprecating humor and inventive death scenes.
Honestly, exactly what we said. The funniest thing is, initially I didn't like it really the first time I watched it. I was like, this is horrible. And on the second watch, I'm like, I kind of understood what they were going for. And I'm like, yeah, it's funny.
Yeah,
it's good.
Agreed. Jason X was made because Freddy vs. Jason was stuck in development. The studio wanted to keep Jason Voorhees relevant while waiting for Freddy vs. Jason to be made. Since Freddy vs. Jason was delayed for over a decade,
dude,
they decided to send Jason to the space in this futuristic slasher.
Yo, that's crazy. So I assumed they already made it in between, because after we watched the last movie, I thought that would be the next movie, but apparently not. But a great addition to the Friday the 13th series.
One of Jason's most brutal and iconic kills happens when he freezes a woman's face in liquid nitrogen and then smashes it against the counter, shattering it instantly. This became so famous that Mythbusters actually tested whether liquid nitrogen could cause a human head to shatter in that way. The results? It's not exactly realistic.
Well,
but it's still one of the coolest, literally, kills in the franchise.
Hey, that is funny. I didn't even realize people love that kill so much, but it makes sense. Of course, liquid nitrogen doesn't work that way. Head's too thick. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean,
how would you even smash through a head like that?
Yeah, I don't know. It feels like it'd be a lot to freeze. Anyways, let's move on. David Cronenberg has a cameo. Legendary horror director David Cronenberg from The Fly, Videodrome, Scanners. I don't even know what those movies are.
No, I've heard of The Fly, and Scanners I've heard of.
Okay. Appears in the film as Dr. Wimmer, the scientist who wants to study Jason's regenerative abilities. So he's the guy from the beginning.
Okay. Yeah, you know what's funny? When I was looking up the cast, I saw Cronenberg, and I'm like, wait, who was he? There you go.
Yeah. Uber Jason was inspired by the Terminator. Is that what this guy's called? Is Uber Jason?
I just thought it was Jason X.
What's Uber? Why do they say Uber?
I don't know, because he's like a beefcake. Uber.
I've heard people say Uber in the F-13 game. I didn't know what they're talking about.
Yeah, me neither. Apparently it was him.
Okay. So after After being damaged, Jason is rebuilt by futuristic nanotechnology, transforming into Uber Jason, a metallic, nearly indestructible version of himself. The designers used the Terminator as inspiration. That's not shocking at all, actually. Making him look like a cross between Jason Voorhees and a cybernetic killing machine.
100% they copied a little bit of Shredder, too. They got to be honest with themselves.
The mask.
Yeah, the mask was definitely Shredder-esque.
Yeah. All right, well, that is Jason X.
Yeah. Hope you guys liked it. It was a great one. It was a fun review.
Yeah, and then our next movie is going to be Friday the 13th, the final of the franchise.
Yeah, it's the 2009 one. So
is it considered a remake? It's not a remake.
It's different because they kind of go after the first movie and then they kind of just dismiss everything that happened. And it's almost like the first movie is canon and everything else. Then it's like this movie's next, the 2009 one we're going to watch.
Oh, so you forget about the in-between?
Yeah, because you'll see, because Jason doesn't get the mask. Well, it's a new way he gets the mask in the next movie.
Oh. Whoa.
Yeah, broke this guy over here.
Okay, I gotta think about that. Anyways, special thanks to all our patrons. Thank you guys all who leave comments, subscribe, everyone who hits the 5 stars, all that stuff.
Yeah,
it's all appreciated.
Thanks for hanging out and listening, guys. This is fun. We love to do it, and hope you enjoy it too.
Yeah, catch you on the next one.
See ya.